Order of the program. Leader, listener with you, welcome address Ms. Young Mai, Nodal Officer RRC, prayer and speech, Father Innocent, STB, Principal, Bosco Higher Secondary School, Kohima, about RRC, Nguni Rema, President RRC of Job Science B, awareness on HIV and AIDS, Ms. Arzula, Nodal Officer RRC, Oteki, Sir Ilitang and Kipon, Nodal Officer RRC, Board of Thanks, Julian C. Woolley, General Secretary RRC of Job Science A. Election by RRC officials and lastly will be led by school anthem, which will be led by Kilimunyo. Now I'd like to call Ms. Nungmai for the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Father Innocent STB principals, TBHSK, teachers, and all my dear fellow students. It gives me great pleasure to warmly welcome you all today in this awareness on HIV, AIDS, and elections of SAR members 2025 program. A special welcome to our newly selected students. We are excited to have you all in our community. Today's session is not just a program, it is a step towards becoming responsibility, informed, and compassionate individual. We are very grateful to our principals for your constant encouragement in organizing such impactful programs, and to our new students. This is your first opportunity to actively participate in building a healthy and informed campus environment. Once again, I welcome you all. Let us engage with open mind and make the most of this opportunity. Thank you all.
Bosco Higher Secondary School, Kohima, we look forward to work under your able leadership.
Let us pray first and then we will speak. Let us close our eyes. God, our Father, we thank you for this moment of awareness, moment of enlightenment that you have given us. Thank you for all our teachers for going to share their ideas and thoughts. Thank you for this opportunity that you have given us, for the interest, enthusiasm that we have to know more about what is happening around us, particularly to have an awareness about the HIV/AIDS. Thank you for this moment to learn, to be aware of it, and also to be supportive to one another, and also to be encouraging and respectful to one another as we learn more about it. Enlighten us. Remove all our ignorance. Give us your spirit of wisdom and knowledge to learn more about it, and also to be able to take a corrective measure in our life too. Let's say together, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Good afternoon to everyone. I'd like to share just a few thoughts about this awareness that we need to have. Awareness is important. We are here, we are studying, we are attending school, we are learning new subjects, we are paying school fees, we go from class to class, we are promoted from class to class to have one thing in our life, to become aware of the development and also the happenings around us, to be aware of it. So opposite to awareness and opposite to be enlightened is ignorance. Ignorance is absolutely not at all a virtue. Ignorance is not at all a virtue. For example, the government of India says that when you reach the year of the age of 18 or before the age of 18, you cannot use this, or you cannot go for this function, you cannot attend this, or you cannot use this thing, or you are not allowed to attend some certain areas. That is rule and regulations and law of the state. Supposing you are not aware of it, you are ignorant about it, but that ignorance is not going to save us. Ignorance is not an exception. Ignorance is not an exemption. Exemption is you are exempted from paying tax, for example. You are ignorant from paying tax, so and so tax. If you are a tribal, if you are an ST, you are exempted from getting a certain amount of percentage, and you are given lower percentage to achieve certain positions in life. So you are exempted, but ignorance is not going to be an excuse, or ignorance is going to make us exempted from many other things. To be aware is a virtue. To be aware of certain things, to be aware of, to be updated is a virtue always. Certainly we know this HIV/AIDS. I'm sure your teacher who are sitting here will tell you more about it. I must honestly say that I do not have much knowledge about it. The knowledge that I have will be very scanty, just general knowledge about it. But very, very sure and certain that this sickness or this disturbing fact of HIV/AIDS is not so disturbing as we imagine, as we heard about it from others. It is preventable and it is treatable. It is preventable and it is treatable. With proper medication, people living with HIV/AIDS can live long and healthy lives. They are not at all, supposing you contracted with HIV/AIDS. It is a development process. If you take care, you can live like a normal life, normal healthy life. But you have to take care. But the biggest barrier in this HIV/AIDS is not the sickness. It is how people look at the sickness. That is the biggest. What we call barrier. The biggest barrier is not the sickness, but ignorance about the sickness. How we can treat the people who are infected with the virus, or how to take care of ourselves if we're infected with the virus. But the biggest barrier here is we don't know anything about it. We don't know how to take care. We don't know how the sickness is spread. That ignorance is the biggest barrier in HIV/AIDS. And certainly awareness program like this will help all of us to equip ourselves to have better knowledge, not only knowledge, but it will help us in many ways. First, learning the facts about HIV and AIDS will help us spread awareness among ourselves. We will be educated, we will be enlightened to take care of ourselves, prevent ourselves from getting contracted with the virus, and also to be supportive, encouraging, and respectful towards people who have this virus in their body. For supporting those affected with kindness and sympathy is also the main purpose, one of the main purposes of this kind of awareness program that we are having. So from today onwards, let us make a decision that we will try to learn as much as possible about this virus, and also to be aware how to prevent ourselves, and also to be able to offer respectable, supportive, and compassionate care to the people who are living with it. It is not something to be frightened so much about it, and we move away from people who have this virus. We need to learn to stay with them, learn to be respectful towards them, and much respect and compassion is required for people who are having this virus. Let us learn from this awareness program, and let us make ourselves aware, enlighten ourselves, so that we will be able to take care of the people. So let us remember that awareness can save lives, the life of ourselves and the life of people. Okay? Becoming aware of the facts, becoming aware of how the disease, the virus is spread, becoming aware of the people who are living, how we can treat them, how we can live with them, how we can respect them. So becoming aware of those facts can save our lives and the life of those people who are living with the virus. But ignorance and silence will not help us. We need to talk about it respectfully. We need to learn about it. That way we can save our lives and the life of other people. Let's keep this one in mind. Awareness saves lives, and silence does not. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for leading us through prayer and uplifting speech. Now I'd like to call Gunyi for giving us about the RC.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Honorable Father, model officers, teacher, and all my dear schoolmates. Today, I feel honored and privileged to be talking about something that has meaning far beyond slogans and symbols, the Red Ribbon Club. Let me begin by sharing a brief history of the Red Ribbon Club in Kohima. The Red Ribbon Club in Kohima is part of a larger youth initiative under the Nagaland State AIDS Control Society in collaboration with National AIDS Control Organization. The RRC was officially launched on 3rd of August 2006 in Nagaland with the aim of involving young people in the campaign against HIV and AIDS through education, awareness, and social engagement. Currently, there are 26 educational institutions across Kohima that have established the Red Ribbon Club. But out of these, only 4 are schools, and our school is one of them. We are among the very few schools in the state privileged to have an RRC unit. It means we are not just learning within textbooks. We are also learning to care, to be aware, and to lead our generation towards responsibility and respect. The purpose of RRC is simple yet powerful: to spread awareness about HIV and AIDS, to promote safe and healthy behavior, to encourage voluntary blood donation, and to eliminate stigma and discrimination faced by those living with HIV. As young people, we often underestimate the power we hold. But the truth is, we are the most powerful change makers in the society. Through RRC, we get a platform to organize awareness campaigns, rallies, health talks, and peer education programs, all of which is aimed to build a society that is informed, compassionate, and responsible. Wearing a red ribbon is not just a gesture, it is a promise. A promise to protect ourselves, a promise to support others, a promise to speak up when others stay silent. Let's remind ourselves, HIV doesn't discriminate, but people do discriminate. And that is what we must fight against. The Red Ribbon Club teaches us to replace judgment with empathy and fear with facts. So, as members or supporters of this club, let's carry forward its mission with sincerity, whether it's by spreading awareness, volunteering to help, or just treating everyone with dignity. Every small action counts. To conclude, I would like to leave you with this thought. The red ribbon is not just a symbol, it is a spark that starts conversation, open minds, and changes life. Let us be proud to wear the red ribbon and even be prouder to live its message. Thank you.
Thank you, Gunyi, for sharing us what ROC is about. Awareness on HIV and AIDS by Ms. Arlene Zuna.
Okay, a very good afternoon to our principal and my dear members. Good afternoon. So we have already heard a powerful message about RRC from our president, right? So I am sure by now, especially the new members, you are now familiar with what is RRC, right? And what is its role in the society. So let let me just test whether you are actually listening or not, okay? I'll ask you two very simple questions. So whoever is able to answer will get a very special gift from me, okay? First question, what is the full form of RRC? Yeah. The first one to stand up and answer will get the gift. Ready, correct. Let's try this one and collect over here. Now, second question. What is the role of RRC in society? Just stand up, kindly stand up and answer, okay? What is the role of RRC in society? Yes.
To spread awareness about HIV and AIDS.
Yes, correct. Yes, congratulations to both. So, as one of your members has already said, RRC, the main role of RRC in the society is to spread awareness about the stigmas and discrimination revolving around HIV and AIDS, right? And even other STDs, sexually transmitted disease like syphilis, okay? Now, we all know what is HIV and AIDS, right? So it is a very deadly disease which attacks the immune system. So your body immune system it drops down so low that you are prone to any kind of disease, right? Now, see, I'll just ask one question. How do you feel about a person living with HIV and AIDS? Or how would you feel if the person sitting just next to you is infected? Something, right? Obviously, you feel a little bit disgusted, or what the society tends to do is we shun about these people, right? See, personally, I had the same feeling before I joined RRC, okay? But it changed, okay? It changed. So, like, see, this HIV and AIDS, see, it is okay to breathe the same air as a person living with HIV and AIDS, okay? It is okay to share the same utensils. It is okay to share, like, from the same cup, drink, like, eat from the same plate, or like, sleep on the same bed as a person with HIV and AIDS, okay? Why? Because I want you to listen to this carefully. HIV and AIDS, it is not airborne, okay? It is not spread through, like, sharing of utensils, personal belongings, wearing the same clothes, like drinking from the same cup, sharing the same plate, or sharing the same bed, okay? Also, it is not spread through physical contact, like handshake or hugging, even kissing, okay? Please keep this in mind. It is not spread through saliva because this virus cannot like survive in our saliva, okay? It is not spread through saliva. So it is spread only through 3 medium. I want you to listen to this carefully. It is spread only through medium. The first one is through blood, okay? Second one is through male semen or vaginal discharge, female vaginal discharge. And the third one is from a breastfeeding mother to a baby. I know you're like not comfortable with this topic, and I can see some of you smiling, thinking, yes, it's uncomfortable, but see, we're all grown-ups now, right? So this should be an open topic, okay? It should be an open topic, and we should be aware of all these topics. Here, so let me just highlight to you some modes of transmission of this disease, okay? Number one is through sharing of needles, okay, as in through blood. Secondly, unprotected sexual intercourse, as in from male semen and female vaginal discharge. Number 3, from a lactating mother, like a breastfeeding mother to a baby. And sometimes, suppose like you have an open wound, unfortunately, the blood
your womb. Obviously, it will get transmitted. Okay? So, I want you to like remember all these four, properly remember all these four modes of transmission. Why? Because, see, if we take like proper preventive measures, if you're educated and the proper preventive measures, we can stay away from this disease and then we can educate other people, right? So what is your role as an RC member in the society? To go out and sensitize the public. But before you sensitize others, you have to sensitize yourself first. Okay? Before you sensitize others, you will sensitize yourself first. Now, there is like this HIV and AIDS is like any other disease, okay? It's like any other disease, whether it's like be it diabetes or pneumonia, common flu, etc., etc. It is like any other disease. So why are we particularly discriminating those people living with HIV and AIDS? That is the question. Okay, why are we discriminating particularly them? See, it is not the disease that these people are scared of. It is the society, it is us that we are who are discriminating them. Okay, it is the society. So let us not discriminate them. Okay, and let us accept them into our society, into our circles. As Father has said, let us be compassionate and then let us be respectful. Okay, see, just because you are infected with HIV and AIDS doesn't mean you cannot live a normal life. With proper treatment, of course, so far there is no cure for HIV and AIDS. Okay, there is no cure. However, there is a treatment known as ART treatment, antiretroviral treatment. So if taken proper treatment at the right time, we can always lead a normal life, like blend into society. I'll just give you one example. Last year, me along with some of your seniors, we attended a 3 days workshop and then we were lucky enough to interact with a lady who was HIV positive. And she is now living a completely normal life, completely blending into society, okay? And this is all through this ART treatment. She got married to a husband who was negative. Even her 2 kids, they are both negative, okay? This is possible through ART treatment. I'll go a little bit scientific, but I think you should know. So what this ART treatment does is, if you get proper ART treatment at the right time, it will suppress the viral count in your body. Okay? Viral count means the number of virus in your body. So it becomes so low that even if you have like intercourse with your partner, or even if you're pregnant with a baby, the virus will not spread like to either of them, to either your partner or the baby. Okay? So if taken proper preventive measures, we can always avoid, okay, transmission of this disease, and then we can easily blend into society. Now, see, here I'm not trying to like tell you to do all these activities. I'm not encouraging you. Of course, prevention is better than cure. Okay, prevention is better than cure. However, if in case, like because of some unfortunate reason, you came in contact with a person with HIV and AIDS, and then you're feeling suspicious of yourself, okay? Please, at the earliest, get yourself tested at any of the district hospitals. Testing is free, okay? Testing is free at any of the district hospitals. Of course, treatment, there will be some charges, but who cares, right? As long as we're healthy, right? So, get yourself tested at the earliest at any of the district hospitals, okay? And okay, before I wind up, see, I just want to say that being an RC member, now we are all advocates of HIV and AIDS, okay? So I want each and every one of you to go out there and spread the message. Now here, I'm not telling you to go out there and give big speeches on big platforms, okay? No. Sensitization can be done even within your friend circle, like when you're having normal conversation in your group, or like when you're in one-on-one communication with your friend, or it can be done within the family, okay, within your family members. So if like each and every one of you can sensitize at least one individual, it will make a huge difference. Okay, it will make a huge difference. So let us try to like change our mindset. Okay, accept them into our society.
message. Now, how many of you after this program think that you have learned at least something, and then you are confident you'll be able to go and like sensitize at least one individual? Please raise your hand. Okay, yes. Very good. So now we can confidently say that we have selected the right members, right, sir? Now, before I finally my speech, I just want to add one more thing. Last year, along with the Nagaland AIDS Control Society, Nagaland AIDS Control Society, along with the Government of Nagaland, they set up a center in Pati. The center is known as City Park. Okay, so like as we go towards this high school, towards the left side, you will see the center. It is called City Park. Now, the main objective of this City Park is to provide counseling, especially for the teenagers, the students, okay, like who are still in their reproductive age. So, suppose if you're having any kind of mental trauma, if you're going through some kind of depression or relationship problems, or if you're going through like drug addiction, or if you're curious about your reproductive health, okay, I urge you to go and get yourself registered there and avail the services provided by the government. Okay? So with that, I'll end my speech.
Thank you, Ms. Arizona, for awareness of HIV and AIDS. Now I'd like to call Sir Ididang and Kipon for all taking.
With the sensitization and awareness, I now believe that all of you have understood why we're here, right? And with that, I told you earlier, you have officially become a Red Ribbon Club. Now, when you become one of the members of the Red Ribbon Club, it is not only for ourselves, that's what we said told you, right? Which means we have become a leader. We have become a what? What are we now? Leaders. Can you be a leader alone, all alone by yourself? Can you be a leader? No, not possible, right? When you are a leader, there should be someone who should be telling what you do not know. Yes? 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 Very good. So, for that, we are going to take an oath, which means we have officially become a Red Ribbon member, and also we have become a leader, and for this, we will take an oath. This oath, we will take it with a heart, and then we will go and tell people what we have learned today. Right? A member of Red Ribbon Club. Pledge to always uphold the dignity of every human being. I pledge to take care of my health and live a responsible life. I shall spread awareness about without discrimination. I shall promote safe and healthy habits among my friends and community. I promise to avoid drugs and harmful behaviors. Together we shall create a more.
Good afternoon to you all. I am honored to give the vote of thanks on behalf of the Red Ribbon Club. Firstly, I would like to give all thanks to our Almighty God who has blessed us with this wonderful day and for the success of this program. Also, I extend my heartfelt gratitude towards our Father Principal for giving us the permission to host this program, as well as for blessing us with his prayer and presence. I would also like to take time to thank our nodal officers, Sir Editor, Ms. Aaron, and Ms. Mingmai for initiating the Red Ribbon Club in our school so that we can get the opportunity to work towards a better society. To the participants and also to the volunteers, thank you for your hard work and taking up your parts responsibly, and for the wonderful messages you have delivered. You have truly touched our hearts. And also to all of your attendees, thank you for your cooperation and for being a part of this wonderful program. May this program be of good value to all of you. Thank you. Did you enjoy?
Thank you, Children.
here.